I want to live now. This statement is not from anyone else but one of the great scientists of the world, Stephen Hawking. What he had said on his last birthday, hearing which the world was surprised for a moment. Today he has been awarded a total of 12 big and small physics prizes. But even today he is living his life just on the strength of his willpower, and we wish that he continues to live like this and always keeps us informed about new discoveries. Stephen Hawking was born on the 8th of January 1942 to Frank and Isabel Hawking. Despite family financial constraints, both parents were educated at Oxford University, where Frank studied medicine and Isabel studied philosophy, politics and economics. They met shortly after the start of World War II at a medical research institute where Isabel worked as a secretary and Frank as a medical researcher. The financial condition of his family was not good. The time of World War II was very challenging to earn a living, and his family moved to Oxford in search of a safe place. Stephen Hawking is such a great cosmologist today. His school life was not very outstanding. He was initially a below-average student in his class, but he loved playing board games. He was very interested in maths. He even made a computer out of parts of old electronic equipment with the help of some people to solve mathematical equations. At the age of 11, Stephen went to school and then to University College, Oxford. Stephen wanted to study mathematics, but mathematics was not available at University College, so he took up physics. Stephen Hawking was a brilliant student, so he always topped in school and college. Within 3 years, he got a first-class honors degree in natural science, which was nothing less than a dream come true for his father. Growing up in Stephen Hawking, who considered mathematics as a favorite subject, a special interest in space science arose. This was the reason that when he was only 20 years old, Cambridge was selected for research in cosmology. No one was working in cosmology at Oxford, so he decided to do research in it and went straight to Cambridge. There he did research in cosmology. In this subject, he did PhD did too. His PhD after graduation, he became first a Rich Fellow and then later a Professional Fellow of Johnville and CU's College. This was a great achievement for him. But Hawking did what he wanted. Hawking, who believes in joint family, still lives with his 3 children and 1 grandson. The quality of a great scientist started appearing in Stephen from childhood. In fact, he had intense curiosity about the construction and functioning of anything. This was the reason that when he was in school, all his classmates and teachers fondly called him Einstein. When he was 21 years old, once he had come to his house to celebrate a holiday. He was coming down the stairs when he felt faint and immediately fell down. "We'll take him to the doctor." Everyone considered it as an incident due to a weakness, but when this happened again and again, he was taken to the big doctors, where it was found that he was suffering from an unknown and never curable disease, whose name is neuron motor DCS. In this disease, all the parts of the body stop working slowly. And in the end, the patient dies of suffocation due to the closure of the breathing tube. Doctors said that Hawking is only a guest of 2 years. But Hawking had a complete grip on his willpower, and he said that he will live for 50 years, not 2, not 20. At that time everyone nodded yes to console him, but today the world knows that Hawking did what he said. In the midst of his illness, he completed his PhD and married his girlfriend Jane Wilde. Till then Hawking's entire right side was damaged. He used to walk with the help of a stick. Now Hawking started the journey of his scientific life, and gradually his fame started spreading all over the world. In January 1965, Stephen Hawking met Jane Wilde at New Year's Eve. Jane Wilde liked Stephen Hawking very much because Jane liked his happy nature. Even when Stephen Hawking's condition had become pathetic on his return from the hospital, Jane did not leave him. Jane now had only one goal: to spend her life taking care of Stephen Hawking. Slowly both fell in love and they got married. By the way, since 1960, the condition of Stephen Hawking had started deteriorating and there was a need to walk with the help of crutches. In a few months, his disease progressed and gradually all his organs started to stabilize. Despite suffering from the disease, he did not take any help from anyone and continued his daily activities. After receiving his doctorate in 1974, he started working on the theory of relativity and the mass theory. In this way, by combining these two principles, he made a great unified principle. His theory made him famous all over the world and he came to be known as an eminent scientist. Stephen Hawking is an honorary fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, as well as a life member of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences. Along with this, he was also given the President's Medal of Freedom, which is the highest award of the United States. From 1979 to 2009, he was professor of mathematics at the University of Cambridge and his theory soon became a commercial success. The book A Brief History of Time written by him became the longest-selling book of that time. At that time the book ran for a record 237 weeks. Renowned British physicist Stephen Hawking has warned against declaring our presence in any alien civilization, especially one that is technologically more advanced than humans. In a new online film, Hawking said in the event of our contact with any more advanced civilization, something similar could happen when Native Americans first saw Christopher Columbus and things didn't go too well. In Stephen Hawking's favorite places, people can visit 5 important places in the universe. In the film, Hawking passes through the fictional Gliese 832c. These are non-solar planets located at a distance of about 16 light-years, where life can potentially exist. They say if you are handicapped or crippled it is not your fault, and also it is not right to blame the world or expect any mercy on yourself. You just have to have positive thoughts and make your best contribution according to the situation. If a man is crippled then he should not be crippled or handicapped by his mind. In my opinion, they should focus on activities that do not present a more serious handicap to a person with a physical disability. I'm afraid the Olympics for the handicapped won't appeal to me, but that would be easy for me to say because I don't like athletics. On the other hand, science is a great subject because it is a mind game. This is absolutely true because many inventions have made some people lotus, but theoretical work is almost ideal. My disability has not hindered me in my field of work, which is theoretical physics. Rather, it has helped me to conserve on my speech and administrative work. I managed it all because of a lot of help from my wife, kids, colleagues and students. I have seen that people are always ready to help in general, but you should encourage them to feel that the efforts made by them will be justified and useful. Where did they used to? Look up at the stars, not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder what it is that makes the universe exist. Be curious. No matter how difficult life may seem, you can always do something and be successful. I have seen even people who say that everything is predestined, and there is nothing we can do to change it, also look before crossing the street. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Science is not only a follower of logic, but also of romance and passion. If you're always angry or complaining, people won't have time for you. My advice to other people with disabilities would be, focus on the things your disability doesn't prevent you from doing well, and don't regret the things it does prevent you from doing. Do not become handicapped both in soul and body. The past, like the future, is uncertain and exists only as a spectrum of possibilities. We are in danger of destroying ourselves because of our greed and stupidity. We cannot keep looking inward on this small, increasingly polluted and crowded planet of ours. Thank you, my dear. Please subscribe this channel.